Well, apparently Adrian is born ready to start, so we will begin. And I'm assuming it's gone over to Adrian to do the catch-up, because it's kind of always his job. I mean...
As my father ripped me from my mother's loin, I was already ready to go.
Alright,
That's how ready I am.
Alright, Mr. Ready, go ahead then.
Oh, not for the catch-up to play. I have no idea what happened last session. What did we do? We fought the dragon, which turned out wasn't a dragon. It was a robot piloted by some dude.
A Snurf Nevlin.
Which we weren't supposed to kill, we found out later. Because now we're cursed, except for Zerxel, because he uncursed himself immediately, the fucker. We recovered the Starlit Stones, of which we kept every single one except for one, which we gave to the hag, together with all of the other shenanigans we picked up. Oh, we went to the Mother Night first. We went to Mother Night, had a lovely dinner. Found out... I don't know if you found out about the wedding there, or at the other hag's place.
You did. It was, you met someone called the Void Eater, a avatar of the Void Eater. And he was mentioning that he was going to go to Totemic Falls. They had a little hush-hush conversation.
I feel like people called the Void Eater become immediately less threatening once they tell you they're gonna go to a wedding. It's like when the Dominator with a big helmet tells you, "Yeah, I'm gonna pick up my kids from the kindergarten before I, do some dominating." It's weird. Anyway, so we found that out. Had a good night's rest. Went to the other hag. And had her teleport us down. And we decided there were two options. Either we killed the scary creature guarding the plane warping... Was it Fae crossing?
Mm-hmm.
Or we just asked the Fae Father if we can go.
Yeah, that was it. It was like the big scary creature that you need to destroy to open up the Fae crossings again, yeah.
Exactly. And smart as we are, we thought... Just asking the dude if we can leave. That's the option we're gonna go with. So the plan is now to attend his daughter's wedding. Well, first off, get wedding and what?
His son's wedding.
Oh yeah, it's his niece or something, right?
No,
he's married.
It's his son, his firstborn, his youngest son, to his wife's daughter. So it's a half daughter.
Okay, so it's not his niece. Yeah, that's true. It's like his stepdaughter.
Yes.
Okay, which is weird.
It's like every porno I've ever watched. Ever.
Oh my god, come on!
No, well, his son is the son with
the deity Janeth.
Okay, so
it's
they are related.
Yeah, it's Janeth's daughter by a different creature. Yes.
It's not the Hollywood situation where they, can fall in love because they're not blood related. This is the situation where they are blood related. It's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, they're doing it on purpose, obviously. Yeah.
Okay.
That bloodline pure.
I mean, yeah, they can probably fix birth defects, right? They're fake.
Let's not go into it. I mean,
no, I feel like we should.
I feel like we shouldn't.
Okay, and we ended by teleporting.
Yes, and
now our goal is to get wedding invites.
Yeah, you were teleported on a precipice that overlooked Totemic Falls, and I explained the radiance and the beauty that you saw below you, like the multitudes of waterfalls that cascade down a huge green cliff face, and rainbows shoot across the skies of the city. However, as you stand there, I'm going to use Lineros to go through and basically info dump on you, if that's okay. And for some reason, my housemate's now hoovering directly above me. I hope you can't hear it.
Huh.
It's alright. So...
We can't see him fly there either. Get a hoovering.
Alright, so Lineros begins to explain. The tall and ancient spring-autumn heroes that guard the thin bridge that leads into Totemic Falls lays before you. There are two great statues of heroes above... basically guarding either side of a thin stone bridge, and legend has it that they would animate when the city was in its deepest peril. Once crossed, the precipice gives way to the sight of the city below. Stark white and glistening in the perpetual zenith is the Summer Spires, a palace and frequent home of Queen Titania when she ruled. The Faefather's sons have now taken residence there, and a host of Summer Eladrin tied to their cause call it home. Stationed there is the head of the guard, Valalenane. Yes, that's what Arne called his sister. Valalenane, it's really a bit of a tongue twister. And the general known as Aching Heart. I'll move you over to the actual pictures, because I got some pictures of the city. Basically, before we go there, my mapping skills were not good enough to actually portray the beauty that is this city, so I gave up. And just basically found a load of images for you guys. Yeah, so you can see that the Summer Spires dominates most of the city here. However, below the waterfalls, as they cascade betwixt the marble archways of the Summer Spires, casting bright rainbows across the skies of the city below, you can see the Radiant Estates, the city's living quarters, where one can find many a shop, tavern, and entertainment, including Satyr Philip's Boiling Lake Theatre. Such shows in the current season are The Tragedy of the Mad Void King, The Tale of Two Spears, and Charlie the Unicorn. Heading westward leads to the part of city mired in calm, pond-like waters. The air is abuzz with insect life and glowing will-o-wisps languidly floating above a grand mansion, whose insides are rumoured to be vast compared to its outside facade. Here, most of the Eladrin nobility walk through its magical doors, only to be transported to their personal nirvanas. The House of Snow, the House of the Moon, the House of the Nebulous Fang, and the House of the Broken Bishop lay claim to its halls. Going further downward on the cliffside, festooned in glowing coral and behind waterfalls, is the Halls of Illumination, home to the House of Druids, the House of Ears, and the House of Wands. These proud houses lay claim to those realms, to some of the realm's most powerful Eladrin soldiers, and they spend their time guarding the entrance to the Feydark, making sure the city stays safe. I will share the entire description to you. Just so you know, there are some spelling mistakes, but I'm sure you can get over that.
Nope.
Nope? Okay.
You know, it's like, I don't think the House of the Nebulous Fang and the House of the Broken Bishop got the memo that their names are supposed to be short and to the point, like this House of Snow and House of the Moon. It's like you don't have the House of Wood and then the House of the Step Dancing Eagle, you know? It's just that discrepancy.
Well, they do have their histories behind them, but at the moment, Lineros leads you to the Autumn Hero and walks you between its legs and across onto the Archway Bridge, and you see on either side there is a Eladrin guard dressed in full plate mail of elegant design with swirling long capes blowing in the warm wind. At the front one, you can see, at the Autumn Hero, you see an Autumn Eladrin of auburn hair, thick red eyebrows, and he has the typical elvish scimitar, great scimitar in his hand. It's got a rope tied around the top that leads to one ankle of the Autumn Hero, locking him here. And as you walk past, Lineros nods, and the guard nods, allowing you to cross. And below this, the great chasm and cliff face that leads towards the Summer Spires is just littered with beautiful, vibrant trees. Over towards the Spring Hero, where you see a Spring Eladrin, this time with a shield and spear. This one, however, walks towards you, unchained by the tethers of the Autumn Hero, and stops. Lineros starts explaining that he's here and that he is a resident. He lets him through, and then the Eladrin stops and goes, "Stop!" Sees you, Elzef, and goes, "You can go on ahead." And
Elzef goes on ahead.
Then points his spear point at Xerxil and Chester and wait, mine's gone dead. Obviously, my mind's gone blank for some reason.
Macra,
yeah, thank you, Macra. And then says, "What business do you have in our fair city?"
We heard there was a wedding. We were just told by the The moon lady, Lady of the Moon. She said we should come and see if we can get an invite.
Whom?
Where the fuck's Chester when you need him? What do I need to do to get in the city? Why am I not allowed in?
I never said you were not allowed in. I said, what do you want with our fair city?
Alright, respite. We're not from around here either, so ideally some way of getting out of this place as well. Like, back to the material plane.
Back to the material
Spend some money, boost the local economy.
Follow the stairs, enter the summer spires, talk to the receptionist, petition.
Sounds like a plan.
He nods. The rest of you? He points towards Xerxil.
Xerxil not nod, Xerxil just follow.
There is a nobility in following. Go on ahead.
Okay.
Chester does his usual, just basically says, but fair spirit, I am here to partake in the theatre of this wonderful city. I hear the boiling lake has got the tragedy of the Mad Void King. I wish to see it to further improve my art. And he rolls a natural 20 on persuasion, like he usually does, and just walks on past.
I feel like that's not what he would do. He would dress up as a character we have never met, that Laneiros told him lives here. Then he would badly act out that character and get in trouble.
He would have, yes.
But let's go with your version. That doesn't derail us.
And as you walk past the Spring Heroes, and there are what looks like floating platforms on the cliffsides, flanked by cascading waterfalls, and you wait for a moment, and there are these low walls surrounding them, and at the moment you don't see anyone around. However, when the lift arrives at the top, it's like something straight out of World of Warcraft. There's no strings, there's nothing, just except for a floating earthen platform with a marble mosaic that you can step onto. And Laneiros steps onto it and says, "Quick, you have a minute before it goes."
Get on.
Mm-hmm. And you'll barrel on, and the lift descends quite rapidly to the point where, if you weren't used to it or wasn't expecting it, your stomach would shoot up into your chest and into your throat. But you land, and that makes the sound of a fork clashing against a plate as you do, and land in the summer spires. You have a great archway in front of you, a bridge with archways beneath it, and you can hear the rushing of water. Rainbows dance above you. On the bridge are a dozen or so Eladrin going about their business. You see one or two Tritons dressed in robes exchanging baskets. The place has a kind of airiness to it. Everything smells good, floral, and every Eladrin looks dressed to impress.
Master Macro, do you think it wise to tell people that we're here to leave?
Why would they care?
Well, you're currently banned from leaving, are you not?
Why, you specifically banned us?
Well, no one banned us. I think everyone is banned.
I think we got banished here, but I don't think that means we're necessarily banned from going back home, is it? Does it?
Well, when the little face brides tried to warp us back home, they exploded on punishment of death for attempting to plane shift.
Yeah, that did happen.
But then again, our primary plan is to just ask if we can leave.
Yeah, exactly. So, there's no point in lying to them if we were just going to tell the faithful over the truth.
It is true.
We'll play it by ear.
Where were you told to go to register?
Laneiros turns to you, and at one point, a Eladrin walks past and goes, "Master Laneiros," and Laneiros nods at him, and they exchange pleasantries before Laneiros turns back to you and says, "Enter the Summer Spires and talk to probably the first person you see at a desk. I have business with family, so don't misbehave." And then he points down towards the Radiant Estate and says, I know you're all going to laugh at this, but my family has a house on the Glistening Glade. Meet me there if you need help. And he just wanders off.
I feel like he was very unspecific. Where are we supposed to meet him if we do not require help?
Definitely sounds like he lives in a euphemism as well.
I am confused as to why we needed to gather all these silly items when the man lives here.
Yeah, surely you think he'd have connections to get us down here, wouldn't you?
It seems like there must be an easier way.
Yeah, make an insight check now. You have no.
Yeah, I made.
Oh,
I
Rocket's
made.
gone.
Rocket's gone.
Yeah.
I made an in-base character with no inside.
Yeah,
Oh, wait,
so basically you start to think that, and then you start to think about the hag and why she would do that, and then you just don't think maybe that it was just because she needed those things.
Oh yeah, we know why the hag did it. Like, the hag obviously just wanted shit for exchange of us to do it, but why did Lorneros not get us down here? Why did he not just have connections to get us down? Why was he stuck up there to begin with?
Like, does he always fight a fake void dragon when he wants to go down? That seems excessive.
You do remember he did get some information off of the hag, and then helped you out of the goodness of his own heart because he was in a certain season, basically.
Sure.
He did get some
Well,
info.
we go up the spire.
He mentioned that he was a diplomat.
Did he mention that? I don't
Yeah,
think he mentioned
he's a diplomat between the material plane and the Feywild. He did mention that. In fact,
Maybe he could get himself down, but then he couldn't get us down. That's the only thing I can think that makes sense.
oh yeah,
feel
he's free to move between the Feywild as much as he wants. Obviously.
I have my eyes on him. Elsif doesn't. Elsif doesn't suspect it.
Elsif just doesn't care.
Elsif is completely is everywhere else except for in this moment.
Macro leads his merry bunch of men and tries to find where this receptionist is at.
Okay.
Now, before we talk to the receptionists, Liam,
Yeah.
is this gonna be an Asterix and Obelix situation where we have to fill out some damn form?
Alright, well, I'm not going to tell you unless you actually go there. I mean, you don't have to go straight to the reception if you don't want to.
No, this is very important. We are proper people.
Okay.
We are law-abiding citizens.
Yeah, okay, so you head around following the Summer Spies. It's a big arch of basically just marble that leads all the way round to the front, and there is a large gate with its wrought iron doors wide open, the gates wide open. And as you walk in, there are butterflies flying and pixies nesting in the archways above you. Instead of pigeons, it's pixies. And as you walk through the door, there it is vast inside, and this massive marble white hall glistens with sunlight, despite there not being any sunlight inside. But there seems to be just an abundance of light. Every shadow seems to be just burnt away. However, you did realise that the sun seems to be at its constant zenith outside. It doesn't change. And as you walk in, there is an Eladrin behind a wide marble slab of stone that's raised up on top of what looks like just another slab of stone. And it's got the symbols of Sylvan carved all around its edges, telling some sort of tale. She sits upon a stone pedestal and just is writing on a massive tome as you walk. And then walk towards her, and then she looks up beneath her glasses, and you see that as she continues to stare at you, the quill moves on its own volition, just keeps writing. And then she looks up. Who are you? And what do you want?
We're wanting to be registered into the city as immigrants, I guess.
Immigrants? Are you from the material plane?
Yeah.
Shame.
Visitors, not immigrants.
Shame.
Master Macro.
Let me guess. You're trying to leave.
Yeah. You know, it's not right at the top of our priorities, but it's one of them, yeah.
Well, that's a shame. Nobody gets to leave until the wedding is done.
It's like very arbitrary and very convenient for the story, but right, okay.
No. It means that no one can interfere from the material plane.
But what?
So it's
but we
more
are all...
out kind of deal, right? Okay.
But please, correct me if I'm wrong, we are already here, and we are from the material plane.
But you cannot
So-
leave, right? And escape punishment.
Ah, so you're assuming that we can interfere, but we would get punished.
I'm sure the Gehor would see you strung up. And then this Windsor Eladrin smiles.
Because you said we cannot interfere, which is wrong. We can interfere, we just get punished.
Yes. I guess that's so. But nobody messes with the Faefather.
Elsef, maybe we stop antagonising this elf with semantics.
Elf?
Oh,
I am no elf.
And you are...
She sneers. And then just goes, what can I do for you?
it seems, Master Macra, now you have antagonized her with semantics, even though you specifically said I should not.
And she leans over the table and sees Xerxil. Would you care to take your pet outside?
Oh, you really shouldn't have said that.
I think Rocket's entire setup is fucked because he keeps muting and unmuting himself.
It wasn't showing up as unmuted for me for some reason.
Well, now we can hear you, if you're wondering.
The lady behind the desk just called you a pet, in case you missed that.
Why do you think Zaxil pet?
Oh wait, my apologies. I didn't realize you spoke.
That what pet means?
Well, no. Things from the material plane that look like you tend to just scuttle.
Right. Okay. What's a scuttle?
Move erratically like an insect.
Okay.
Hey, look who it is!
Good day, Bellends.
Welcome to the session. Currently, they are Todd. They are currently standing in front of a reception desk, talking to a rather aggressive and belligerent Eladrin who thinks Xerxil is a pet.
Perfect. Thank you. I'm so sorry I'm late, all of you.
No,
You better
Will
be
be.
sorry.
Okay, wait till next time I've got all the Chester.
You've got hold of Chester?
I said you will be. Wait until the next time I've got hold of Chester.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine, to be fair. You'll grasp his manhood in your firm, half-plugged bare hands.
Right, okay, moving on with the scene. She says, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and assume you want to leave the Feywild.
Yes, at
Oh, so
our
what is it?
earliest convenience.
She nods. I can book a meeting with Vincent.
Sounds fun.
Yes, so it'll be 2 dawns away until you are able to speak with him.
How long is a day in this place?
How long is a length of string?
It depends on the length of string.
Don't ask Elspeth that.
Touche. I see you have defeated me in a battle of wits.
Does that mean we can leave?
No! It means you can go down into the Radiant Estate and hang around the streets like all of the other material plane immigrants.
Would we have been able to do that regardless of if I had beaten you or not?
Yes.
It seems like a waste of my time to defeat you then.
Can I help you any further? If you're lost, the entrance is behind you. Turn 180 degrees and keep moving.
You must see I am already slightly angled, so it would just be 179 degrees.
Get out.
It feels like we must sign something to register. We have not signed anything.
Give me your palms.
They're not
Septum just
detachable.
leaves.
Okay, and she brings the quill up and stabs your palm with it, and then writes your name in your blood on the tome. 2 dawns!
Yes, as you've said. And Elsef turns 179 degrees and leaves.
Her eyes narrow as you turn around and reveal Chester behind you. She goes, Do I know you from somewhere?
How do you not know me? I'm already staking my claim in these parts. I have a publisher here, you know.
Were you in the play at the Boiling Lake?
Yes. Was he?
No.
Yes, I was. Chester Decker. Writer.
Which one were you a part of? The Tale of Two Spears? A love story?
A love spear, yes, that one.
Oh, I thought I recognized you.
Of
No.
course, my talents rarely go unnoticed.
No, honestly, it is you. Oh, you did an amazing performance, and she reaches up to try to shake your hand.
Good day. Chester naturally extends his hand, used to adoring fans.
And
Good to meet a fellow thespian and
as you
appreciator of the arts.
As you go to walk out, Elsa, if you notice on one of the walls there is a poster for a play called The Tale of Two Spears, and there is indeed a rather remarkable resemblance to Chester on the front of the poster.
Well, Elsef barely knows anything about Chester, so I feel like she would just make the assumption that he really was in a play at some point.
Mm-hmm.
What is he dressed like?
Not like the Chester that you have right beside you. He's wearing what looked like elvish getup. He's got these fine robes with a breastplate over the top, and he looks like he's got his same kind of like hat with the pinion in, and he's pulling a stance with a rose in his hand. And it seems like
Does Chester see this?
Yeah, you see it as Elsif is staring at it. Yeah.
By the god! Look at this man, Elsa. Look at this.
No, I'm already looking at it, Master Decker.
Yes, of course. One, of course, metaphor and rhetoric, but also, this isn't me.
Yeah, no, it is a poster, Master Decker.
No, I don't think you quite understand. Of course, I realise this looks exactly like me, but is not me. There's a poster of this up in the Fae. There's an imposter here. A clue afoot.
If there's an imposter here, Master Decker, would that not be in our favor?
Someone's taking my good name, my good famous arena champion name, and raking it through the Fae dirt. I don't think that would be anyone's favour. If it wasn't for me and my diplomatic wiles, this party would have fallen apart years ago.
I cannot comment on that. I was not here years ago. But Master Decker, can you not impost the imposter? And therefore, since the imposter is famous and in a play, get us access to the wedding?
Yeah. Yeah. Good idea. Is Xerxo and Macro still around, BT Dubs?
Yeah, Xerxo had walked out of the palace, and I think Macra's still there with you.
Good Macro. I've just had an excellent idea.
Go on.
What if, and I'll show him the poster, I, use my likeness of this fine gentleman here to secure us some fine invitations to the most sought-after event of the city, as it were.
We've got nothing else better to do. I think that's what one of our goals was, wasn't it? Try to get tickets to this wedding. You know,
Exactly.
Open bar, free food.
My idea, all mine.
Elsef just nods. Elsef is like, I guess it was his idea.
Who have we arranged a meeting with to meet in 2 days to get out?
Someone called Vincent, which you have met before.
We have met before.
Yeah, you ended up fighting him in Grildar's mansion.
I feel like he impaled us, or was that the other guy?
That was Gehor.
Shit.
So we've just organised to meet a bloke that. Okay. Yeah.
We have theoretically murdered him once, so I don't feel like he likes us.
Yeah. Maybe he fears us. I don't
We
think
could-
we got that lucky, would we?
They didn't seem like they feared us when they kept on impaling us and setting us on fire and whatever they did. We should organize ourselves a place to stay at, as sleeping on the streets does not appeal to me.
Man,
No, it's less than ideal.
that noise.
That was Rich picking shit up, sorry.
Alright, so, as Uxil, as you're walking outside and into the bright sunlight, you see a pixie land on the balustrade right next to you and go, "Hey! Lizard thing! Hey!
What do you want?
You want some stuff?
What kind of stuff?
This stuff." And she reaches into her pocket and pulls out what looks like a small pouch of something. Goes, "Turns you ethereal.
Fucking
A what?
pixie dealer.
Turns you ethereal, yeah?"
Oh, this is this red mist shit that we haven't seen since, like, episode 3.
Yep.
Don't know what do you mean.
Over here we call it the sap.
Stop.
Do you eat it?
Yeah, you can eat it.
Okay, Zux will have it.
Oh!
You got a shiny?
Zux will have shiny.
Yeah, one shiny for this.
Okay. I give him a shiny.
Yeah.
I like how the pixie just innately speaks.
A random denomination. I only have
Pigeon-
gold and platinum,
pigeon-
so I guess he gets a gold piece.
And then he says, then she says, sorry. So, I see you're new, right? And I see you got plenty of shinies there.
Yeah.
You know who you should go to?
Oh,
My friend, Lizzie Mapleplume. Right?
where's your friend?
Down in there, and she points towards the Radiant Estates and says, Lizzie owns a shop called the Honest Drapes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
should go there, you know, see some of her goods. Get yourself a better get-up.
Okay. Give stuff, and then Zux will go.
Yeah, she chucks over the small pouch, which is probably fits straight into your palm.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, if you need anything, Lizzie Mapleplume. Remember that.
Alright, I'll eat the stuff and go to wherever he's pointing.
But aren't you ethereal?
Yeah, so the
We'll
moment
find
you eat,
out.
yeah, the moment you eat it, you begin to feel slightly lighter. You begin floating, and yeah, you are ethereal for the next hour.
Alright, I'll head down to the thing.
So you just float.
Yep.
Down here, everything floats.
How does it
I
taste?
feel like this could be like a little sub-episode, like Zaxiel's Leal Adventure or something like that, with its own theme tune.
Right, so you managed to fly off, and it did taste sweet, like nectar, honey.
Okay.
As you're heading through, you do see some creatures that seem to notice you, but some seem to ignore you. You float down past the water, the rainbows, down past the calm waters below, and land in the Radiant Estates. The Radiant Estates is busy compared to the rest of the city. It's bustling with activity. Marketplace, shops, taverns.
Let's try and find this place then. He looks around.
Alright, make a perception check.
Perceiving.
I can hear your phone tap in, by the way, Todd,
Sorry,
as you're texting.
I was going to send you a message, but I decided against it.
No, go on.
That's right, I'll play it, don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
I
it.
thought you're texting me.
Alright, so
I'd love to
Turxel,
text you, but you're out of my league.
you
Sorry.
begin you've been walking around trying to find this shop. Eventually, you come across a long garden, like narrow but long, filled with people sitting under gossamer tents, drinking liquids out of fine porcelain and abalone cups. What looks like ghost wanders up to you and stops before you, and she floats off with basically no legs. Her skirt kind of just like drifts down, and she sees you and she goes, "It's going to be difficult for you to drink tea in that state."
Zaxel not drink tea.
Then you are lost.
Maybe. Looking for a place.
Do you have a name?
Don't know. Think it's something about a drip.
A drape.
Maybe.
Follow this street down, cross the bridge, climb up the ladder.
Okay. Zaxel tries to remember and heads in the directions.
Okay, so you float up towards it, and you begin to see this large circus-like tent, and this gazebo-like thing covered in drapes and curtains. And you float through, and you see a pixie, quite large for a pixie, like a foot tall, standing on a table with a large sewing needle, basically making a robe on a wide, round table. There is chests in the corners that look like they're locked, but she doesn't notice you come in.
Hello.
She doesn't hear you.
Hello. Zaxel told to come.
You don't hear anything.
Jax's little adventure.
Get the collectibles now, Lizzie Maple Plume and all her little friends.
Yeah, that sounds like one of them
He
cartoons.
knocks over like a vase on a market store and he's like,
He just fireballs a crowd of people and then turns around. Zerxel did it again.
sorry. I
Yeah.
love the grudges dice.
Yeah, you notice currently you are unable to be heard in your state.
Yep, Zaxel leaves.
Alright. We'll go back to the rest. So all of you leave the palace and realise Zerxel's nowhere to be seen.
I imagine being ethereal whilst being completely off your tits is pretty useful. Like, no one can hear you say any stupid shit. Can't hurt yourself.
Yeah, but no one
Easily
can
lost,
find
yeah.
you if you're ODing. It's not all good.
Where's the little death lizard gone?
I did not see Master Zerxel leave.
You mean Sweet Zerxil?
Yeah, I don't think he's here at the moment. I think you're safe.
Then
Oh no.
you guys hear a voice go, "Hey, you lot, you looking for that lizard?
Yeah.
No.
I saw where he went. That'll cost you a shiny though."
Fucking pixie dealers, god damn it.
So
Macroft.
you agreed to tell us where Master Zerxel is for a shiny.
Yeah, gold piece.
Macro's already flicked him one.
Hey, he catches it and it just pops and disappears. Hey, he went down to the Radiant Estate. I told him to go visit Lizzie Maple Plume.
Who is Lizzie Maple Plume?
She owns the honest drapes, and they're honest.
The drapes
Sounds
are honest. Do they speak?
No, the carpet just always matches them.
Ew.
Alright, come on then. Fun little shit.
Alright, so it takes you guys a while because you have to take an elevator, walk around, and then walk over these wide archway of bridges, and then all the way down into the Radiant Estate, and it's busy. People going about their business. Eladrin, Triton, gnomes, pixies. You even see trolls walking around.
How far behind him are we? How long was it till we noticed he'd gone?
About 2-3 minutes.
Alright, so we can't be
Oh.
that far ahead of us.
Whereas it
No,
took
I think
Zerxil
it's
5 minutes to float down, you guys have just spent a good part of 20 minutes walking down to the place.
Ah, so we're a good chunk behind him now then.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't think that. We think we're just walking behind him. He's fucking fast for a little lizard man, isn't he?
Yes. I don't think that's particularly good combination either.
Let's see if we can find these honest drapes.
Alright, so as a group, it doesn't take you long. another 5 or so minutes until you reach the Honest Drapes. And as you go to walk in, we go over to Zerxil. Zerxil, for the last 10 minutes, what have you been doing?
I haven't got a bloody clue, and neither does Zerxil. Here comes the directional dice on roughly the compass. 1 being north.
So you head south.
Yeah, it's like southeast.
Yeah, okay. So you wander around for the next 30 minutes until your etherealness wears off, but you find yourself in a marshland, and you feel very much at home. You seem to have been attracted to it, almost, because you can see buzzing insects, like there's a languid kind of calmness to the water. Despite not being your swamp, not the familiar smells, it just has that vivid, bright look that you remember your swamp having. Except there is a large mansion situated straight in the centre of this marsh, and there are docks and wooden bridges leading over to it.
Alright, let's have a swim over to the place.
Alright, so you swim over, and in the waters you see there are these bright carp swimming around. It seems to just be filled with life. Even the bottom of the water is just filled with these kind of like waving purple grasses. And as you walk, you get to the other side, you step up onto the stairs, and there's about 15 stairs that lead up to a door, and above the door is a bright green light, and you see a will-o-wisp floating around it. And you remember back in your swamp, will-o-wisps were to be avoided. Your tribe knew of them.
Alright. I guess we avoid then. We got any other routes in, does it look like, if I swim around?
Alright, so you do make an investigation check.
Nope.
Alright, so you see some windows around, like, different sides and stuff like that you could climb up to.
Alright, let's do that.
Alright, so you climb up the side, and the window is made out of what looks like glass, and it's about 10 feet tall, quite narrow.
Got any open windows?
Alright, make a perception check. You do see...
God, my perception rolls have been so bad.
You do see an open window. However, there is a woman looking out the window at this time, brushing her hair. She's a rather beautiful Eladrin. Long white hair, and you can see she's missing her left eye.
Alright, she'll do.
Right.
Yeah, well, let's climb up to the window, say hello.
Alright, so as you climb into the window, she sees you coming, puts the pearl-handled brush down, and just stares over the lip of the window down at you and goes, "Oh dear, there seems to be a lizard folk climbing to say something. Greetings."
Hello!
Oh, hello. How can I help you? You've wandered into the mansion, I see.
Yeah, Zaxel come to say hello. See what's happening.
You're in the marsh...
I like your swamp.
Yes, you're in the marsh gardens, dear. How did you get here?
What do you mean? That's swam and climb.
Yes, but... And the house only lets in who it wants. And you've wandered straight in.
Maybe it wants to let Zaxel in.
She narrows her eyes, looks right down, laughs. I don't think so, little lizard folk. But it is a pleasure to see you. It's been a very long time since I've seen one of your kind. Don't just stand on the window. You can come in if the house will allow. She steps back.
I will attempt to go in the house.
There is a wide room, typical noble's bedroom, with 4-poster bed, a chest of drawers, a vanity mirror, and a door with a large moon above it. And she sits at the stall and says, "Can I help you then? I mean, you've wandered in here. Surely I can do something to help you."
I don't know, maybe. Zaxel want to leave. Go
Leave.
home.
Home. Okay, well, I'm Countess Leandra Moonlight.
That's the
And
same
Zaxel.
collectible figure.
You want to go back home to where?
You know, like, it's the other place that's not here.
She's going to roll an insight check.
That poor woman.
You mean the material plane?
I heard that before, yeah. They say it a lot.
Well, I can get you there, but I'll need permission.
Okay, can you do that, please?
Make a persuasion check with advantage. You're endearing yourself to her, it seems. What the? Alright. Alright, Chester's on the scene.
But Zixel doesn't tend to make many persuasion checks. It's either intimidation or he throws a fireball.
Of course. And you're Xerxil, yes?
Yeah, Zexil.
Nice. It's a good strong name. Give me a second.
Thank you, it's a dragon name.
Ah. I see you are a little dragon in training. She turns to the mirror, and it ripples as she begins speaking. Yuru. It's me, the Countess. A refugee has been accepted into the mansion. You know what that means. He wishes to leave the Feywild. Get in contact with me as soon as you can. I know you're busy, but this is important. I feel like there's a reason why the house let him in. And then she turns to you. She just turns on the stool. Is there anything else? Just you?
Oh, there's other people with me. If they can go, that would be good, I think. I think they go too. Although maybe they go to wedding.
Wedding? You mean... She smiles. The wedding between Lucky Paw and Gehor.
Maybe. I think it's here, but sucks and not know.
She stands. A diabolical wedding, if you ask me. One should not marry any's family. Not at all. It's barbaric.
Sucks and inclined to agree.
Well, shall we get your friends?
Okay, yeah. Sucks can look.
And she walks towards the door and says, "Are you coming?"
Oh, yeah. What's your name again?
My name is Countess Leandra Moonlight.
That's a lot.
Give me a second. I'll be paste it for you.
That's right, it's just Zexil.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, Zexil follows the Countess.
Mm-hmm. It leads you through a door into a realm of eternal darkness, and above you a bright white moonlight. And then she keeps walking through what looks like a fungus forest, and you're not in the mansion anymore, but she keeps walking through, following the path. Says, did you know the moon itself is controlled by the Feyfather?
Zexil not know. What's moon?
She points towards the bright white celestial body in the sky.
Zixel knows all these fucking scary ass spells and doesn't know what the fucking moon is.
I feel like we looked at the moon through a giant telescope and Zoxel was there.
We just call it the big plate.
Ah, yes, of
Other
course.
places where he doesn't know what the fucking moon is.
Yes, of course. It once belonged to a greater deity, and he was defeated. Her realm was of the moon, and the Feyfather took on the responsibilities. But in the transition, did you know it disappeared?
Zexil did not know.
Ah.
Where did it go?
Well, it deteriorated for a brief moment as it transitioned. I was there, keeping it together. That is why I am now Countess.
That's good, is it?
Yes. I do believe it held many more powers than that, but when it deteriorated, it did a lot. I don't know when it happened in the material plane, but some a century ago here.
That's a long time, I think.
Yes, it's 100. She leads you through the fungus forest till another set of stairs that opens up to a door. The door seemingly in the middle of nowhere. She opens it, and outside you see the marshland again. She leads you out into it, and says,
Oh, I like this place.
yes, come with me. And she just walks across the water, not having to take the boat.
Axel jumps in the water. Swims along.
Yep, and she leads you up the stairs on the other side through the docks and up into the Radiant Estate. And the rest of you, as you enter the Honest Drapes, you see a pixie standing on a desk with a giant sewing needle, almost the size of her, going about sewing a what looks like large robe. And she turns and goes, "Ah, customers, come on in. Hello, everyone. What can I do for you?"
Oh yeah. Seen a little lizard man by chance?
I have
full
not,
of evil.
I have not seen a lizard man, but I have seen this. And she points towards a cape on the wall. Finest cape. 2,000 gold pieces, and it's yours.
I do not think it is the finest cape. There's certainly other capes that are finer than this cape.
That was a hard sales pitch, to be fair. I appreciate the attempt, at least, anyway. I don't know about you lot, but I'm pretty bored of looking, and this was our last lead, so do you sell beer here?
Bear? Oh,
Yeah.
You are sorely mistaken. You need to be at the Giant's Toadstool, the Mould Feather Gardens, or the Carping Cock.
Okay, I know which one I prefer the sound of. Anything else you sell? I suppose we've made the trip.
I have a bag of holding spare and a wand of secrets.
He looks at the magic users amongst him, like...
She gives you her inventory.
Oh, a cape of the mountebank. That's very nice.
That's the cape she pointed at.
Oh, in that case, Elsa agrees that it is a very nice cape. I'll take everything back.
You'll find magical items here in the Fey Wild are more popular and more abundant, for sure.
How do the prices compare? I imagine if they're more abundant but also more popular, it balances it out.
Yes, 2,000 gold pieces is the offer.
We have currently barely any funds because Grilda ran off with all the money. I want you to remember that, Curtis.
Are you after money?
We're after our money. That'd be nice, but yeah, I guess we could do with some temporary funds.
Ah, that's fair enough. Well, you know, there's plenty of jobs to be had around here.
I guess we'll... Go on.
We would like to be employed at the wedding party.
Though, it just so happens I am doing the tailoring for that.
Nice. Anything in particular you need acquiring to successfully complete your tailoring?
No, I'm pretty okay. I do know that my friend Barker is in need of specific materials. So if you do wish to earn some favour around here, perhaps, you know, get your fists a little bloody, then I'd go see him.
Fetch quests. That's what we want. Okay, yeah, that's good to know. If you do end up seeing a little lizard guy, where should we say?
We should direct him to Master Lanieros's mansion.
Yeah, where was that again?
I didn't care.
The Glistening Gardens. The Glistening Glade.
Glistening Glade. Yeah, so if you do end up seeing a little lizard man, Zerx, or his name is, could you point him towards the Glistening Glade, please?
And at that moment, the tent's entrance twitches to the side, and walks in the most fairest Eladrin you've seen since you've entered the city, except her left eye is missing, and in place is a glittering, what looks like moonstone. Behind her, Xerxel walks in.
Found Master Xerxel.
Good
These
job.
were the ones.
I know, I figured. I hope you don't mind, but I read your mind.
It's okay.
Could
Do
you
you
elaborate
mind?
on that?
Are you alright after reading his mind? Like, do you need someone to talk to?
What was it like to listen to what Master Xerxel is thinking?
She shrugs. Simple.
That is most disappointing.
His
Yes,
thoughts,
I
his
guess that's
thoughts
what
are
I'm
that of survival, food, and revenge. It's not difficult. They are quite simple needs.
Simple.
Master Xerxel, I still believe there's more to you. And I will discover every last bit of it.
Thank you.
I think that she means she can't wait for the day you die.
Have
She
you
won't
eaten
With
anything?
every last bit of it would require us to spend more time in the little lizard's presence, which is, of course, okay, sweet Xerxel. Good and okay.
Thanks.
Have you eaten anything while you disappeared, Master Xerxel?
I had some weird dust stuff.
Weird stuff. Can you describe it in more detail?
It's like a pouch. Came from a pixie. It's kind of sparkly and dry.
I will record this, but I do not think I can do a proper analysis without seeing it.
Can
Leanne,
Makar guess what it was?
You
From
can
his
see if
time in
there's
the
any
school?
left. And he hands over the pouch.
Is there any left?
not
I
much.
imagine Makar can figure out what it is from the residue.
Yeah, it's a drug that was introduced to Mokhul about 4 months ago, and you remember that you had a massive amount of it. It was and it caused what caused the vampires to kill Grodor's parents.
Less said about that, the better.
Looks like it looks like the drug may have originated from here.
Yeah, I think we figured that out before, didn't we?
Yeah, we figured-
Look at us
Hey,
solving
Robert.
plot lines. Bam!
Like-
Another plot line solved.
1
Did
year
it, did it
later.
again.
Like, there's a lot of plot lines to like figure out in this place, and I'm tempted, if you don't figure out, just to tell you them.
No, let them go unspoken, Liam.
However-
Let all that work to him.
Leandra does turn to Chester and say, "Chester Decker, it's good to finally meet you. I saw you in the Tale of Two Spears. A wonderful performance."
Thank you. I was working on it. It was my tour de force, some might say. The toast of Longinia.
She looks at you and goes, "You're not him. Who are you?"
Chester Decker, author, actor, exorcist.
One eye goes wide. Ah, fair enough. As if she understands something you don't.
Of course, if you wish to understand or explain your thought process to me in a clear and concise manner for Elzeth's sake, she struggles with metaphor. I would love to hear it.
Master Decker is actually correct. I am quite confused by the situation, and I would like you to elaborate.
No, well, perhaps you should visit the Boiling Lake yourself. However,
Of course.
it was good to meet you, Xerxel. If you require any more aid, do not fret to contact me. I will contact you when Vincent has replied. Oh no, Yuru, sorry.
Okay, thank you, Suxil. I'll wait for you. You have nice garden.
Thank you. Plate sounds.
Like,
Sorry.
Alright.
I want to play.
She disappears, silent, and leaves you with the pixie who says, "So, you want to buy some drapes?
What's a drip?
Like a curtain?"
We do not own property in this city.
I thought I'd try again.
As a fellow salesperson, I do not appreciate your tactics. We should decide whether or not to see the fake Master Decker and replace him with our version of him, or if we should do the wedding deliveries.
A splendid idea.
Significant improvement.
Zax don't think we should find food.
There will
We
be
found
feasts
food at the
galore at
wedding.
the wedding.
Have you, Zixel, my sweet friend, have you ever been to an unlimited buffet?
We're in the plane of eternal buffet.
Imagine it condensed to a single table. As far as the eye can see.
Zaxel thinking.
Fucking
He shuts his
smoke
eyes, and you
that
can
beer.
practically visibly see him thinking of it.
He just starts beading up with sweat.
What now?
Right, we need to get invitations to the wedding, and then I really want that shiny coat there, but we've got no shinies. Or we've
Don't
not got
tell him
any.
that. Jesus.
Have I got enough shinies?
Who is this Jesus Master Decker?
Sorry. Sweet cord.
Wonderful.
Well played.
Did we ever get rid of that 400 GP ruby?
If you're looking through the loot, I can assure you everything on there is with Grilda, because
Yep.
we all
No,
played
I've got the 400 GP ruby on my character sheet, so I'm saying it's with me.
Oh, okay, fair enough. And just to rub the salt in all of your wounds, Grildar, about 8 weeks ago in the material plane, received 35,000 gold pieces.
So there.
But we have 4 stones that are worth 25,000 gold pieces each in material components.
Yeah, it's true.
Fucking Rakshas's
So
bastards.
fuck you, Grildar.
Do you say Rakshasa out loud? Then, as...
I guess he probably does whilst he's looking through his gold, and he's like, fucking Rakshasas.
Alright, so Lizzie looks up at you and goes, "What did you say? Rakshasa? You need to leave." And she tries to usher you out of her.
We do not need to leave.
No, it's like a curse where we come from. It's like, oh, for fuck's sake. Oh,
Look,
What? Don't you know who I am?
don't come round here mentioning their names. Okay? They could be anywhere.
fucking hell, could they? Point them out to us. Words of them tigery little shit. I mean, we know nothing about the Rashakas. Don't know what you're on about.
No, we have met them just recently, Master Macron.
Who do we go to hypothetically find out where these Rashakas are?
You talking to Lizzie?
Yeah, as she's ushering us out the building.
Look, they are the Faithfather secret police, okay, and they could be anywhere. It could be anybody. So just be quiet, and if you know what's good for you, you wouldn't mention them.
Why are these dickheads always got secret police?
Now, I know a lot of things about secret polices. So,
you can't make them jokes whilst you know this country, Adrian. Whilst you're on that IP address, it's not allowed.
that's true. Oh no, they're at the door right now. It's the secret police.
You're fucking Merkel rocking up and banging down your door.
Have you seen the picture of Merkel that's going around where she's drinking a beer and then there's Donald Trump with just the water and he has it in both hands and Merkel has the beer in one hand?
Yeah, I've seen that. It's
It's a
good.
wonderful picture. I guess we do leave the shop.
Alright, enter back into the Radiant Estate, the bustling marketplace that is this area, and it's really, like, every building is tall, taking up as much space, and you notice that most buildings above shops are flats and apartments and living quarters.
You're proper built up here, aren't they?
It's a very impressive city. I'm tempted to move my workshop here.
There's a lot of magic items here. I bet if they're abundant, I imagine you can get the bits you need to make portals and a lot easier around here.
So talk to me about this cape. What is it? What does it do?
Does Elsef know what the cape does?
Make an
I
Arcana
think you
check.
put it over a window.
Yes, sweet Xerxil.
Yep,
So as the campaign's going on, Chester's gotten terrified of Xerxil, and then that's like the curve is now flattening. The more and more Xerxil opens his mouth.
Yep, you do know what the Cape of Mana book does. You've heard of it before, Elzef.
It allows you to teleport once per day, Master Decker.
Ah, excellent. Now, how much did they say it was, trinket-wise?
2,000 gold pieces.
Ah,
Could we
Something's
teleport back home?
No, I do not think so, Master Zerxel. But your
Yeah.
friend appears to be willing to help us teleport.
Yeah, she's very nice.
She very nice.
Xerxil, I have misjudged you these last few years. Chester comes over and claps a hand on Xerxil's shoulder. Just a sweet little lizard, aren't you? Making friends with the Fey fairies and frolicking around, discussing plates in the sky.
What do you mean? Zaxel did make friends, yeah.
Ah, yes, of course, good Xerxil, sweet Xerxil. I'm just merely saying that my opinion of you is changing and flourishing like a butterfly crushed beneath the weight of misjudgments.
Zaxel like a crushed butterfly.
I'm sure you do, sweet Xerxil. I'm sure you do.
I don't know.
I think he just kind of does like a small turn to Chester and is just like,
Zaxel do love to crush things.
and then walks away.
Get in the side.
Just as like he just gets out his journal, takes out a quill, and just writes one simple line. Perhaps not quite yet.
Oh, I missed that. You went too quiet.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't much. Perhaps not quite yet.
Oh.
He was just surrounded by pictures of him holding hands with a stick figure of Xerxil.
Just desperately wanting to do this.
Anyway, I have a date with the Boiling Lakes. Gentlemen, you may join me if you wish. But of course, an actor sometimes must tread alone.
Yeah, God, that sounds fucking awful, even if they do sob here. See you in a bit.
Good day. Mm-hmm.
You know where meeting is back up, don't you?
No.
Do we tell him where we're going back to?
I am quite worried about Master Decker going off by himself to a place where a doppelganger of him is currently placed.
Fear not, I can handle it. Good day, gentlemen. Elzef. Xerxil.
We're going to the glistening glade. Don't get lost.
I will meet you there.
Master Decker, you are aware that the legend of doppelgangers usually entails them replacing the original after
Yes,
murdering
only if
them.
they're babies, Elzef. Keep up with the legends. God.
I do not know if Master Decker is correct on this.
Chester swaggers away.
Alright.
I'm almost certain he's wrong, but he sounded so confident.
He is very
Oh,
confident.
Right, so as you swagger away and head over to the Boiling Lake, it is a large amphitheatre, and as you walk in, it's airy, cold, and it's got like flowing fountains that like basically create waterfalls down the walls inside, and they pool around the seats and rush around. And you see there is a satyr on stage going, yeah, that's not how it's done, so you have to deliver it like this. Oh, sweet Xerxil. You see, that's the way he speaks, yeah? And you see this rather familiar-looking figure. Cut fine he is. It's like looking in the mirror. And this Chester goes, yes, well, of course. Yes, I'll give it more oomph, more gusto. And the satyr goes, that's of course. If you want to be a hero, kid, you want to be an actor, you got to put the effort in. You get it?
Oh, I saw this on Nickelodeon one. Hello, good day.
And both of them turn to look at you. And the satyr goes, oh, fuck, and begins running off to the left. Like, past one of the curtains. And the Chester on stage looks completely frozen.
You there, handsome one.
What are you doing there? You look exactly like me.
I think you have a little bit of a worm in your head, good sir, for I am me, and you are one who looks quite like me.
No, that can't be true. Not at all.
No, well, you see, it is, and if you're not quite 100% sure on whether it is the truth or not, well, you can take a flying fuck at a rolling donut.
Look, I'm from Longinia. Where are you from?
Look, mate, I'm the biggest fucking fraud here, and you have got half the fucking skills I have. So stop fucking around, and either come clean, or I'm going to start working some of them there magics you know I can do.
Look, you look here. I'm the real Chester, and I know how to act. I know how to be a fraud. How about you come up on the stage here, and we'll see who the real Chester is.
Ah,
I can't wait for him to get out, Chester. It's gonna be fucking amazing.
it would appear you've...
One he rolls.
Look, mate, I'm kind of on the clock here. I've got to meet some of these pricks, I don't know, somewhere at a place where things glitter I've forgotten already, and that's going to take me some time that I don't have looking around for their nonsense. So, I'm just trying to get to the bottom of why there's some ponce up on stage prancing around like he's me.
And then a smile crosses his face. Your friends? Meeting somewhere? Can you roll a wisdom saving throw?
Yep, I can. Luckily, I just loaded my character sheet because I knew you were going to throw this nonsense at me.
You are charmed immediately, and he says, "Where are they meeting?"
Well, hang on. He doesn't actually remember because he was only half listening to Elzeth in and out of game. Hang on 1 second. It was the...
We are safe by Chester being an idiot.
It was the... oh, fuck, I can't remember.
Let him roll history.
Yeah, make an intelligence check. He goes, "You tell me now."
Oh, look, mate, come on. I haven't really fucking half woken up this morning. Why do I roll it right then?
Yeah, I know. You do actually remember what they said.
Where was it? Remind me.
The glistening glade.
That was it. The glistening glade. GG. I knew I was looking for an alliteration.
The glistening glade? You mean at the Desolor family?
I don't fucking know, do I? I barely remember the name of the place.
He cracks his knuckles, and as the image of Chester fades, you see a humanoid before you. Tall, muscular, furred like a tiger. And he stands there.
I knew it. I knew you were full of bollocks.
Yes, and it was pretty easy to bring you here. All I had to do was pretend to be you, and you wandered straight in, told me where your friends were. Now,
Hang on a minute.
Chester, it's time to die. Can you roll initiative?
Yep. I feel like Chester might be dead here. Oh, I haven't got a token.
You can drag it out if you want.
Okay. 1 minute, day. He rolls a 23. I hope he's immune to charm, because if not, I'm gonna be fucking his wife. Sorry. Here we go. Fine.
Alright, so this creature steps forward and then leaps at you.
Yep.
You have to be rolling when I click it. Oh, there you go. Oh, man. Trips over a dodgy plank in the ground, rolls off the stage, smashes his face, and then rolls into the water, comes up cursing. Fuck's sake.
If I may break the fourth wall for a moment, it looks like you just rolled yourself a metaphorical one.
Yep.
Seems like playing Chester has rubbed off on him.
Yep. Yep, jumps up onto the stage, goes to strike at you and misses again. Alright, so it's Chester's turn. Fuck me, what bullshit turn that was.
Look, I really think you should sit down and have a conversation with me. Hang on.
What's your spell DC?
Tis spells. 17.
I rolled a 16.
Let's go. He
Well
can
played.
still completely ignore it, but he gets fucked if he does.
Okay, you carry it. You can see him in range. Force to carry it. Okay, what did you say?
I said, let's sit down and have a conversation.
He nods. Sits on one of the seats. Crosses his legs.
Good. Now you're going to tell me exactly what your intentions are.
He shrugs.
Yeah. Well, I'm quite flummoxed. He doesn't seem to know.
No, well, you are like the Gaius was literally sit down and talk. There was nothing about him having to tell you the truth.
Ah, right you are. I don't know the own thing. Why don't you tell me everything you know about your plans involving my friends?
Is that a suggestion as well?
Yep. I'm gonna leave him like a gibbering mess.
It says Vincent, Euro, and Gahol want you dead for what you did to them.
Ugh,
Understandable.
how droll.
I mean, it does make
Seems fair
sense.
enough. So what are you, like an assassin or something?
Yes. And then he stands up. I've had enough. And climbs back on stage. Draws his claws. Can you roll 5d10?
Was he attacking me?
Yep.
I'll snarky comment him as well.
Alright.
If you shed on the carpet, you'll have to buy yourself a new Hoover.
Jesus, you literally reduced it just in... What's your AC?
Apparently 0.
Yeah,
but I swear it was more. I swear, because last time we spoke about it, we were like, "Oh, we better fix that."
It should be... Yeah, you've got 14. You've got 14. It should be 14. Okay, so can you roll the 5d10 as well?
Yeah, I swear it was 16 for some reason. I can't remember what it was.
He leaps forward, grabs you, punches you in the gut, and then claws you across the face for a total of 23 damage.
Don't I have some armor that makes it better than 14?
Nope, you've got jade-studded leather, which is 12 plus your dexterity modifier.
Okay, how much did you do before? Sorry.
23.
23. Ouch. Well, now you pissed me off.
Your turn.
Minus 23. Oh, for God's sake, seriously?
Your token isn't the normal token that you should have. I'll drag your actual token out. I don't know how you've done that.
I just dragged the thing out from the thing.
There it is. Use that one.
Cheers, sir. You are kinder and wiser than you know.
Classic Todd stuff.
Classic me stuff. Well, I hope you are dexterous and swift of feet. I'll blast him across the room.
Oh shit. Oh my god. He did not expect that. He is shot straight in the chest, goes flying back, and as he stands up, you see brown sludge just fall out of the wound that you've created in his chest and hit the ground, and he's like, ow!
I do believe it's time for you to take some psychic damage as well, isn't it?
You only take the damage once.
Oh, has he already taken it? Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course. That's what you asked me to roll for. What
Yeah.
a fool.
And shit, really, isn't it, for a spell like that?
Yeah, I guess. But I suppose it does last for 30 days, so he is screwed unless he wants to start being...
Yeah, it's only useful if you use it against, like, very low-level NPCs, isn't it?
You want to use it against, like, nobles or something that have a lot of power and then force them to do your bidding. You don't want to use it against a creature that couldn't give less of a shit about taking 10d10 damage.
The thing is, what Todd's actually done, he's actually used spell levels, like, that actually affect a Rakshasa both times. It's so annoying. Oh no, wait, I just realised, the suggestion wouldn't have worked, but never mind.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, so are you ready to talk yet?
He brings his hands up, trying to cast a spell, and one desperate last ditch to stop you. Can you make a wisdom saving throw?
Before he does that, I am going to... choke on a hairball, you hairy bitch!
Yes, he's done it.
Alright, can you make a...
Hackle a clan, brilliant.
Can you make an ability check, a charisma check?
Okay. Is it a saving throw or just a normal one?
No, just a normal one.
Straight charisma check.
Fuck's sake,
Oh,
seriously?
Gosh.
Should have used inspiration.
We never use inspiration.
However, you still get a save, so a wisdom saving throw. And if you want to use inspiration on this one, you can.
I use inspiration.
Okay.
I bet I get like double. Oh no, that's alright.
Fuck me! Alright, you got 2 above what you were meant to. As he tries to use Dominate Person on you just to stop this before he dies, it is now your turn.
Good. Now you're gonna get fucked, right? And I will gangbang blade him.
Bit over the top, but
I'm gonna slice him up.
you miss.
Shit.
That is not a good single target spell, Todd. I don't know how to break it to you.
I don't have any other damaging spells that are above a certain level. Alright, so maybe that was overkill, but maybe we can have a chat now, yeah?
Alright, so anything else on your turn, or is that it?
Can I explanabrag myself?
No.
Ah, that's a shame.
I feel like Chester should be able to explanabrag himself if one character is allowed to
It's just like-
I feel like Chester's the
Maybe
only
this
person
time
to
I better not use gangbang blade. And that would be an explanabrag.
Alright, so at that moment, that's the end of your turn, I'm assuming.
Yep.
He brings his hands up, begins casting a spell. Did you want to do anything?
Your mum probably left you because you were ugly.
Wow.
Right, so what happens is he tries to cast invisibility, but you dispel it.
I'm going to take a leaf out of Macra's book. And how close am I to him at this point in time?
Well, it's still his turn.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah, and then he leaps up in front of you. It's your turn now.
It's difficult. It's very difficult. I will attempt to hold him where... Does he look really weak with after the disintegrate?
Yeah, he's got a hole in his chest.
Cool. I'm gonna attempt to hold him where he is. I'm not done with you yet.
Okay, what
And
spell is that?
It's not a spell. I'm just literally just like, I'm gonna try and grapple him, hold him where he is, so we can chat.
Roll an athletics check.
I realise. So, have I made a bad choice here? Wow.
You leap at him and he just goes, what
You
the...
have now.
It's like an awkward cuddle.
I think the answer to your question, Todd, is yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Chester's gonna be like, he's tried everything. So, what do we do here? Are you like, there's nothing. It's, you know, we may as well sit down. Look at you. You're dying. Let me tend to that. Come on. Let's have a chat.
Alright, so on his turn, he goes to cast invisibility again.
Oh, for God's sake! I've got another one, but I'll leave it for now. Look, you're not going to get far, are you? Look at you.
Alright, so he goes invisible. It is your turn.
Cool.
Did you not try? If you disengage whilst if you try to run away whilst you're invisible,
You
does
don't-
it still?
You don't get it. Yeah, you don't get attack of opportunity because you have to see them to get an attack of opportunity.
I'll whip out my loot. You can't run away, and eventually you'll pay. And I'll cast Dispel Magic.
You have to be able to see him.
Just says choose any creature, object, or magical effect within range.
Yeah, and you can't see him, so you can't choose it.
No, it doesn't
Normally-
say that
normally
you
it's
can see.
specified.
It doesn't say that you can see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got something right. Hopefully, unless
Every other spell would specify that you can see. This one just says within
I
range.
have seen it before. That's the only reason I cast it. Yeah.
Oh, you've roared me.
Okay, let's all mark this down on our calendars.
Yeah, you've made me red raw. You've given me some red raw rules there. Alright, okay.
There you
I
go.
will
Take
say-
out the rule passage.
I'll say yes, it works. And he's about
Hey.
he's about 40 foot away from you. Up on the seats of the amphitheatre.
He can really move. If only I had Macra with me.
You go run up to him and fucking stab him. You'll have a sword.
Yeah, fine.
I quill rapier.
You won't be in range. You can only get up to 30 foot.
I'll get to 30 foot to him, then stab him next turn.
Fly
See,
the
this is
legs
where-
around.
This is where Gangbang Blade would have come in handy,
Yeah, maybe.
because I could have just appeared to him. Unless... Oh,
Just run up to him, and then if you've got a low level spell, fuck him with that next turn.
how far away will I be from him if I run up to him as far as I can walk?
You
10
can,
feet.
you can, yeah, 10 feet, but you can cast Gangbang
Right.
Blade, but like at 6th level.
No, I'll run up and I'll cast Confetti Explosion on him.
It does nothing to him.
Oh fuck, I forgot. Shit.
It's a Rakshasa!
Why can't I explanorag myself? Please stop. Please. This is the first time I've ever done anything in a fight one-on-one, and I just want to show my friends that you've got a hole in your chest.
Alright, so as you cast Confetti Explosion, poof, it just disappears around him.
Please, they'll never believe me if you run away. Please.
he as he's like running, he casts invisibility for the last time. Do you want to do anything?
Oh. Not this time.
Alright.
Really.
Right, okay, so he manages...
I know everything I need to know anyway. See you later. I hope you don't get far.
Alright, are we ending combat there? You're not chasing him?
I won't know where he's gone, will I?
No.
And if I do chase him, I've got a feeling that he'll just end up dead. I'll just save that one for the moment. Good day now. When you come back, chatty bye.
Alright, I did not expect you to whip out the fucking disintegrate. That...
Well, I always have difficulty gauging the strength of enemies, so I always go top spell, downwards.
make sure you decrease the charges in the 1x1. And make sure
I've already done it.
And make sure you note that you can't use it again for another 24 hours.
Yeah.
I think Disintegrate was the right call. You should have just gone for blood afterwards, though.
Well, we just end up with a dead dude. I suppose you could always loot the corpse and find out if he's got any notes or anything on him, but...
The satyr comes out at that moment and looks at you and goes, "Hey!
What?
I gotta say, I'm sorry about that. They forced me, you know? Like...
Ah, good sir, you might know the questions to which I seek. Come here.
Shit.
I'm Philip!
Right, Philip. You look like a strong and wise man. The satyr. Why don't you explain to me exactly what's happening at this point in time? Who is that? What
Yes.
do you want?
So Philip is like kind of like chubby, kind of small satyr with a bald head. He's got like hair on the sides.
Sounds like me.
He's a satyr called Philip.
Yeah.
Hercules.
Jesus.
Yeah, straight out of Hercules. You're right.
Straight out of Hercules.
He like goes, "Alright. You're the real Chester Decker then? You're not another Rakshasa? No?
in the flesh. Good sir. Did you not
Excellent!
see how quickly I dispatched one of the enemies of the realm?
I saw! It was inspiring!
Feel free to write a play about it and spread it far and wide.
I've already been writing a tale of your love story. Tale of Two Spears.
Yeah.
I get it.
Chester does take a double take for a second there. Okay, fine.
It's the love story between you and your friend. Your sweet
Two powerful-
lover.
Two powerful shafts standing tall in the sky. Excellent.
Mm.
Yes, I like that. Good metaphorical. Of course, Elsef would never get it.
It's a bit strange that you fell in love with a lizard folk, though.
What? I beg your pardon.
Oh, I've just missed something.
myself.
What do you mean? Every rumour on the material plane says you've got a sweet Xerxil lover.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Listen here, you copyright nightmare piece of shit. If you ever discuss my interests in that sociopath on somewhere as hallowed as a stage, I will come back here and you will beg for that cat to come back and rip out your insides. Sound good?
Can you roll an intimidation?
Oh yeah, I should have known that was coming. I think he can, though, to be fair. He's pretty damn good at it. Yeah.
Alright, mate. It's no problem. We can rewrite the tale. I mean, the Eladrin like it when you change tales, right? It's all good.
Exactly. And talk about my heroics here today and how I saved you and how I am not in love with a lizard.
Alright.
Maybe
we could change it to your sister.
I mean, perhaps it's good if I just stay a hero without a love interest. You know, one of those action flicks.
You can't call it the tale of the one spear. That don't make no sense.
Call it the tale of Chester, Decker, the man. The real story. My exclusive rights. I can see it now. You'll be rolling in the coin and the pussy.
Can we keep your first lover in the play, then?
Who?
Chad!
Jesus. Xerxil's gonna... And Xerxil? Fuck, he's fucked. He's just gonna walk out now. He's dead. He's just literally busted up a solo enemy. He went 1v1 against an assassin. Knows that no one's gonna believe him, and then mugged off afterwards. He is going to be writing a strongly worded letter to the customer service team at the Feywild.
You see this satyr is like, scratching the top of his bald head as you were leaving. And he goes, "But wait, we don't have an actor to play Chester anymore."
Find someone beautiful, and he'll leave.
Okay. All right. So we go to the rest of you after that exciting play. What are you all doing? I mean, you're all together.
Oh, it doesn't matter what we were doing. Continue with Chester.
Elsif is trying to figure out how long a fucking day is here.
Ah, okay.
Xerxil goes back to the swamp and tells the others that's where he's going.
Fair enough.
Okay. Macro wants to try and find that dude that's willing to offer up jobs because he's after rare materials.
Alright, cool. Zeph, what are you doing?
Well, first off, Master Xerxil, if you eat anything while in the swamp, inform me of it.
Xerxil will, so I'll let you know.
Good. Well, Elsif is... Well, is Macra still there?
I'll probably wait with you. I'll see if you want to come and try and find this guy that's going to give us some work.
Oh yeah, we're going there, that's true.
We could probably ask him how long a day is as well, see if he knows.
I'm suspecting it is an arbitrary number because the fucking Feyfather controls the moon.
Ah, that is an issue.
So the day is just how long he fucking wants the day to be.
Surely he doesn't want the wedding last that long, though. Like, cost him a fortune, won't it? Imagine he's the one forking out the dowry. He's got to be the one forking out the dowry if he's the dad of both of them.
I don't think there is a... If you are the dad of both of them, I don't think you require a dowry.
Alright, so, he's only the father of one. We've gone over this.
He's the stepfather. Are you saying stepfathers aren't real fathers?
Right, we're moving on before this... Okay, so you approach the thing that Lizzie had told you about. It is a... his name is Barker, and as you walk in, you see he's a grey folk, like Kratos was, a male one, with black stripes, imitating whiskers on his face, a bald head that's scarred and knobbled, and a tail that's striped pink and white. And as you walk in, he's got a load of armour and swords and magical items just on the walls, just generally to show. He's in a small, squat, hot, kind of forge building. And as you walk in, he goes, "What's up? How can I help you all?"
But what was he, a grey folk?
A grey folk, yeah.
I'm Elsif of Season. This is my associate, Master Macra.
Ah.
Aye.
We seek employment at the wedding party.
Well, not that. Well, that as well as we got sent by the lovely little creature from the Honest Strapes.
Ah.
Said that you might have work with and collecting materials for something.
I do need people to find me materials. Those are willing to fight.
Yeah, she said something about fists being bloody. Obviously, we're kind-hearted folk that prefer to avoid violence at all costs, but, when needs must.
So, to introduce you all, my name is Barker. I am requiring a particular type of steel, particular type of metal. It only can be found in one place.
Which is where?
It's an area to the north of this city. Corresponds to a place called Izzle on the material plane. The reason why this metal appears here is because when the Fey Father first came to the Feywild some 100 years ago, he brought with him a corrupted spear, and to purify it, he put it in this pool of brilliant magical energy, and it's still there to this day, leaking its corruption into the nearby wilderness, seeking out life and materials around this pond. And this spear creates this metal as it corrupts it. And combined with the fact that on the material plane, in this exact same space, void folk go about their business, corrupting the land there. This metal is the only place. This is the only place this metal grows. I need some of it. The only problem is it's dangerous.
We always said we were giving you an hand, mate. Like, we don't need the massive sales pitch. How much are you going to give us for getting it for you?
He shrugs. How many of you are there? Is it just you two?
Yeah, we've got... Macro's really struggling to do the math.
We are 5 people, Master.
5 hours.
Shouldn't be much of a trouble for you all then. 5 people. How's about... gemstones?
Worth.
Give me a second. And he brings out like a pouch from underneath one of the desks, opens it up, and you see about a dozen gemstones tinkle into his hand. He begins to appraise them for a second. There's some rubies here, some emeralds, some diamonds. Probably about 5,000 gold pieces worth, I think.
Lump in some supplies for us to get there, and yeah, sounds cool.
And use of your workshop.
Not. Would you like to peruse my workshop first?
As long as there's a hammer and a forge.
There is, and he points to one of the side rooms that's kind of, the door is covered in these beads. He leads you in, and he points towards his tools, and just so you know, there are +2 smithy tools.
Nice.
Master Macra, I think we have found the second ingredient for your new weapon.
Beautiful.
I see you're a man who favours the big weapon.
Wow, genetics and all that. Some people born lucky.
What about
It is strange.
this? And he picks up a hammer from the wall. It's a Goliath hammer. It's a Goliath hammer +2.
Oh, I've bought them before. That's pretty cool, yeah. This kind of already does this, though.
Yeah, you see it's crafted of more finer wood than yours was. Yours was like worn over the years of use. His has a fine kind of finish on it. It's straight, whereas yours was slightly bent, like arched, like kind of like a scythe is. His is like straight piece of wood, and he says, made of the finest treant wood, willingly sacrificed to create the item, and the head made of the finest fey dark obsidian, and you can see it solidified and shaped into like one side's a point and the other side's flat, and he says you can either do piercing here or bludgeoning here. So yeah,
that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, as a weapon you can choose to do piercing with it or bludgeoning.
Yeah, I might get that as a backup. This little lady though is going to be making me something cool, and then in a bit then, so we'll have a look then. How much of this metal do you need? Because I think we'll probably pick up some for ourselves as well.
£50 or so.
So you want £50 of it. What was it called? Just corrupted steel? Is that what you call it around here?
It's called a void iron.
Void iron. Cool. Dead obvious when we see it, I'm guessing.
Yeah, Also, when you bring it back into the city, don't let anyone see you carrying it.
Right, so Yeah, you should have said that before we agreed on a price. Now I feel like we're smuggling, and that definitely has extra bonuses.
How about I chuck in the hammer?
Deal. For hammer.
It's handling this material illegal in this town, then.
Yeah.
So you're not forging things for the wedding.
Now, who said that?
It came across that way when we were talking to the small small pixie with the drapes.
Nah.
No, she just said he was after materials. We wanted the money for a fancy cape.
I mean, I made Gehor's armor for the wedding, but that's already done. It's out back.
May I inspect your work?
Narrows his eyes in suspicion. Sure, come on.
And Elsov comes along and looks at the armor.
Alright. Do you want to make an Arcana check?
Sure. Or smith tools, whatever you want. Smith tools, I have expertise, so we're gonna do that one. What would smith tools be? Dexterity? Strength?
Currently, to determine what you're looking at, it's in intelligence.
Yeah, sure.
So it's this roll plus 8.
Oh.
Nice.
Alright, so what you're looking at is one of the finest pieces of plate mail you've seen in a long time. Imbued with kind of Fey energies, and you know for a fact that Fey energies, the Fey Weave, allows you to cast spells much higher than usual. Everything's more powerful. It looks like its actual effect enhances spell casting and also provides quite a lot of defense. And you can see on each pauldron is inscribed the inscriptions to resist from piercing, slashing, and bludgeoning, respectively.
Seems like a proper set of gear for to get married in.
Oh yeah, it's a present.
It's a war. It's a wedding prep, right? Yeah, that makes more sense.
And he looks kind of proud as he says the next thing. He says, "Yeah, the Fey Father commissioned it himself. Came on in person."
Jesus Christ, what's he like? I'm guessing really broody.
No, not really. Straight to the point, matter of fact.
Yeah.
I wonder if he looked like a frost giant. Oh shit, no, Chester's not there.
This is fine craftsmanship.
Thanks. I've owned my craft over 100 years.
It is a good thing you are not seated in Mokhul. I would have to run a smear campaign to get you out of town to improve business.
I visited Mokhul.
Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, I visited Mokhul before the God King took charge.
Yes, I have been there since before that as well. Business was worse before he took charge.
I'd be inclined to agree, actually.
He has recently been murdered.
Well. Oh well. It's not on my plane. So, come back whenever you can with the Void Iron.
Yeah, sweet. I feel like you should go into business talks with this guy. Seems successful. Obviously not adverse to bending the rules. Seems like a characteristic you need to lump yourself in with us. You should draw up business plans.
He does indeed give you his, just like the Pixie did, his inventory of items.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, thank you.
Ooh.
I guess we'll go meet up with my Ladrin friend and then go get ourselves some iron. I hope he's not going to be a little bitch about getting this void iron.
He would probably not agree. I do think it wise to not reveal the reason for our excuse there.
Yeah. What's going to be our excuse of going there then? I turn to the blacksmith. Is there any other reason why we could be there?
What do you mean?
Is there anything else cool there that we could be getting?
I mean,
We've got a companion. It might be a bit of it.
Many adventurers have come to this plane seeking out the spear itself, and they've never come back.
Maybe that'd be something to tickle this pickle. Oh, so we tried to purify the spear in this water and then just left it there.
Yes, I think he did, believing that it wouldn't be found, or not at least taken.
Does he not want it to be taken or found then?
Who knows the Fae Father's mind? I'm not privy to it. Hey, thanks for the follow, Dan's Games 101.
We can have a look at the spear once we get there, Master
Yeah, I was
Macra.
going to say the spear sounds very tempting.
I did think you might want it.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
We should gather up Master Decker.
Stabby things.
Yes, you do have a habit of dropping your main weapon and then attempting to stab whatever you're holding, so this spear...
Because it's too big, it's hard to grip someone's face and swing this at the same time. So I resort to stabbies.
The problems of a brute, yes. We should gather up Master Decker before he perishes.
Yeah, that sounds like an idea.
I think we actually go pick up Chester, since we do have time.
Alright, so while you guys leave, after getting the quest to get Void Iron, we move over to Xerxil. So Xerxil, you head back to Marsh Gardens.
Yeah.
And the mansion's still there. And as you swim across, the door opens for you this time.
Oh, I was just going to the swamp.
Oh, you just want to go to the swamp? Okay. Well, the mansion dominates most of the central part of the swamp. And here, it's quite a beautiful place. Like I said, insects buzz. Everything seems a bit homely, of course.
Yeah, that's why I went back there. He's just gonna... I could see some steps in front of the place there. He kind of just curls up on like the bottom step by the water and just languidly tries to fish at anything that floats by.
Alright.
Go snapping turtle approach.
Make a survival check then. Did you just double nat 20?
Fuck me! What magical item is this shot? It is contained within a shark's belly. Maybe some magical fucking turtle, some sea lion turtle that teaches him how.
He's just a natural hunter.
Teaches him how to energy bend or some shit.
Energy bend! Oh my god! Give me a second.
Is that how we defeat the God King? We take away his power. As a Xerxil learns that revenge doesn't pay.
Well, double 20, he just fishes the bloody God King's little clone out of the water.
Oh, fuck me.
Alright, so you do swipe and you pick up a carp. And as you hold it up, his carp looks at you. Can you roll wisdom saving throw?
$20.
Alright. You're not affected by it, but it does say, a man grows most tired while standing still.
Probably. Maybe. It's excellent not to know.
And then he goes quiet and goes, dig the well before you are thirsty.
It's like a singing carp. But it just spouts random bits of wisdom.
I finally know where Easy was fishing from. Jesus.
Oh, is he? No, he eats it. He eats it.
Then the thing begins to say, he who sacrifices his comes as you begin chomping down on it. And I need you to roll a 1d10,000, of course.
No,
From now on, just hear the echoes every time Xerxil's quiet of just like random bits of
Shit, we completely forgot Chester's curse.
You should have the curse written down, so you should affect it, like whenever.
You would have taken so much damage from the spellcasting you did.
So much nonsense would have happened.
He wouldn't have died from it, but... Oh, no, you're right, he might have.
Yeah, because he cast, what, a 7th level spell or something? That's 78? Or did he have a different one?
Yeah, no, he had the exact same one. He takes a D8. We'll remember that from now on, obviously, now that you've reminded me.
Well, no, that's not my curse. My curse is Wild Magic Surge.
Oh!
What, whenever you cast a spell?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that would have made the
Oh, yeah,
fight.
he got the fucking All Aiden one, didn't he?
Yeah,
Shit.
he's got... Jet has gone full Ollie Aiden.
So,
That's why it's reminded me. I was
alright, so Zerg, so we'll go into it. So the moment you bite its head off and begin chewing, you immediately feel completely guilty about what happened to your tribe, as if it was your fault.
Oh, he feels that anyway.
Yeah, but it's like multiplied.
Okay, that's fine. I'll up the ante.
And from the window, you see the angelic figure of Leandra, and she just says, Xerxil, did you just eat Jonathan the Wise Carp?
I don't know. Maybe.
It's okay. He grows back within 24 hours. He's just not going to be happy.
I'm just so hungry. It's been a long time.
There is plenty free food around.
Where? I thought this was.
It's a living thing.
Yeah, that's what you said, right?
Oh, Xerxil, come here.
He gets up and wanders into the house, or climbs up the wall, depending on where she is.
Look, if you're going to not get arrested in this place and avoid the Rakshasa, you'll need to obey this land's rules. And I know to somebody not of this realm that they can seem peculiar, queer, and almost not make sense. But trust me, breaking them has dire consequences. I like you, Xerxil, but if you keep breaking the rules, not even I can stand by and let you walk freely. Please, sit down, and I will find you some sustenance.
So what's Xerxil not do?
And he sits down.
You don't eat the random wildlife here.
How are you supposed to eat then?
Well, you could go to a tavern or the marketplace.
There's that there.
Yes. And you purchase food, or you... You can see she's having trouble trying to explain this simply to you. She says, here. She opens a drawer and brings out what looks like a rosy red apple and just hands it to you. Please.
Why are you trying to poison Xerxil?
I am not trying to poison you. This is delicious.
Doesn't look delicious. It's not even moving.
When you look down at it next, it's moving slightly, like rolling around in her hand.
Got something inside it.
And he takes the apple.
And she says, think of the taste that you enjoy most, and it will become that. It's as simple as that, Xerxil.
No one has ever thought of crunchy spice harder than this one.
And as you bite into it, it tastes like the delicious crunchiness of marsh giant swamp, the ones that you'd got in Port Phobos. Delicious.
Oh, it's so good.
Yes, that's good. Now, I have had a reply from Yuru.
Oh, is it good?
No, it's not. Apparently you're all wanted for some acts in the material plane against the Fey Father's servants. He says that he can forgive you defending yourself against his sister, Hadar, but the fact that you and your friends cold-bloodedly murdered Otho is put your chances of being heard off of the cards. You murdered a Furbolg cleric called Offo. Do you remember him?
No, Zox will not know these people.
I don't think we murdered him. I don't feel like that was murder.
Is it
Torture.
name of God King?
Is he what, sorry?
Is it name of God King?
No.
Zox just want to kill God King.
I know that. And I'm sure you'll get your chance. But you were associated with some people that harmed the Faefather grievously by killing one of his clerics. You can
Zox.
petition for forgiveness in open court with your friends if you wish. State your case, be judged.
Where's Zox will go for this?
The Summer Spires. Yuru said that you could come there whenever you want.
Okay, Zox will go.
You must take your friends too, the ones we saw at the shop. You can't all be acquitted without you all present.
Zox will not quit. Zox will never give up.
She
Never surrender.
sighs. She sighs and says, "That's fine, Zerxel. Get your friends. You know the ones?
Mm.
And you take them there. You will be able to explain yourself."
Okay. Thank you.
That's fine. Now, I'd be gone if I were you.
He's gone.
Alright, so Chester, I'm assuming you meet back up with Elzef and Makra back at the Glistening Glade.
Yeah, you guys would not believe what just happened.
Yeah, we don't.
Ha, I told them you'd do that.
What did happen, Master Decker?
Ah, yes, I knew I could trust on you, good Elzef, to take things literally. It was verbal. So I fought off an assassin on my own, I'll have you know.
What was the assassin?
Ah, you know, one of them cat things.
You fought off a cat. No, I do believe you, Master Decker.
No, you know, one of the big tigery assassins.
I think you could fight off a tiger. I do believe you.
Excellent, yes. And I think it's called something else as well. I can't remember what it's called there. I think, you know,
A
one of
liger?
those. Maybe, I'm not sure. Anyway, we have problems because we've got enemies on our backs here in, I don't know, this place.
We are aware of the enemies, Master Decker. The Faefather does not like us.
Yes, I know. Oh, fuck me. But, you know, they're after us now. They're sending assassins. I fought one off. In fact, I blew a hole in his chest. It was quite epic.
So, yeah, I think we figured this out just when we were talking to that woman. The Rakshasa are after us in here as well, apparently.
Thank you, one of them things. All by myself, I'll have you know. There was definitely a sailor there, but he did fuck all.
Very impressive, Master Decker. Very impressive.
We've acquired a bit of work outside the city. I guess that'll keep us out of the secret police's hair, at least for now. Go get some corrupted metal. Don't tell people what we're going to get, because apparently it's illegal.
I'm confused, I must say.
We're going outside of the city, gathering some illegal contraband, and then smuggling it back into the city.
Right you are. I will accompany you.
And to
Hail
throw
Slayer of
a wrench in your plan, Zerxel arrives, literally minutes later in the entrance to Laneros' house.
Oh, fuck.
Oh yeah, don't tell Neros what we're going either.
We need to go to Summer Spires.
How's it, so? Yeah,
No, Zerxel. We're going somewhere else.
Why?
Because we need to wait 2 days before we can go back and murder the God King, so we're going to make some shinies whilst we're here.
No, we can go soon if we go to the Spires. That's what the Countess said.
Go on, what did the Countess say? Explain this to me.
we have to go. And I think we get a case.
Okay.
We take a case, so we give him a case, maybe, and then he lets us go.
Any specifics on this? I can create a case, Master Zerxel.
I think we all have to give him a case.
I can create multiple cases. Are there specifications? How big must the case be?
She didn't say. Just we have to present the case.
Right. Should we go just talk to the Countess now before we meet back up with Linaros, or should we? We'll grab Linaros and then we'll go speak to your Countess, Lady Zerxel, and then see what she's... The translation here isn't really working for us.
And the Countess is trustworthy, Master Zerxel.
She's very nice.
I fully trust Master Zerxel's judgment in this case.
Yeah, he's probably got quite a good judgment of character.
Okay,
Maybe
so
nice. Like a dog that'll follow the last person that fed him.
what did you say before that, Zerxel? I didn't quite hear.
Oh, he just said she gives very nice crunchy spice.
Ah,
Yeah,
yes.
see, I fucking nailed it in one. Little bat, she's been feeding him, hasn't she?
Oh, Master Zerxel, what have you eaten since we last met?
Oh, God.
So, it's like an apple, but it has secrets. It's like crunchy spice secrets. And a cop. I think he's called Jonathan.
As if I like twitch and she has just no idea what to write down. Master Zerxel,
Elseth, do you get tired when you stand?
I think everything you do makes you tired, Master Zerxel. That's why you sleep every day.
Maybe Jonathan knows.
But you have eaten, Jonathan, Master Zerxel.
Yeah.
Oh, that's something out of the office, that was.
That was totally... That's immediately what I thought. It was like really dry like The Office. You were...
Master Zerxel, keeping a log of what you eat has proven to be impossible.
Right.
It's only two things.
Yes. When you see the things you have eaten again, please point them out to me so I can match them.
Okay.
Right, let's go grab Linaros and then we'll go talk to this Countess, see if we can determine that she is actually trustworthy, or whether she just likes feeding stray animals.
As you're talking, Linaros just seems to slide in like you didn't even notice him there, and he just goes, "Oh, the Countess."
That was creepy, but yeah, is she trustworthy?
One of the most trustworthy members of the house is here. Yes, she's of the House of the Moon, I believe.
Ah, cool. Zerxel says that we need to take a case to where, Zerxel?
Summer Spire.
The Summer Spire.
You've been given a chance to explain yourself to the Faefather.
For what?
I don't
I think
know.
we killed some people.
Yeah, we twatted his sons, but that's because they were after us.
I don't think he likes it, so we have to give him a case to say sorry.
Feel
Maybe he
like
likes cases.
right, okay, so a case is in this context, in this, what the fuck's the simple word for context? Right, so a case in this fact, in this subject matter, is a bunch of words that you tell to someone to convince them that we're not evil.
Oh.
Right, okay, that was not too bad actually to explain them. Sweet. Problem with that is, as trustworthy as your feeder Countess is we haven't got a leg to stand on. We did kind of just murder his sons, and I don't think he's going to be particularly fussed. Or our case
Mokhul just looks down at his two legs.
So as does Zerxel. And Zerxel also. Master Macro, I do believe we have quite a good case. I do not think we have murdered anyone that did not wrong us in any fashion. Oh no, this is not true. I have killed the God King, and I had no problem with him. Actually, I did quite enjoy his lax taxation on trade goods.
But we're in a foreign country and we murdered his sons. Like, I don't think, even if we're defending ourselves, I don't think they're going to care.
I love how Curtis is like the foreign country. It's the different. It's an entire different world. It's the
It's a
Feywild.
foreign country to him. He's just teleported and he's here now.
Well,
Yeah.
but to be fair, Master Macra, they have murdered me first, or attempted to do so.
I don't think self-defense claims work for war crimes, do they?
They
I
have
don't
also stolen my gate, as I have yet to receive payment for it, and they do not appear to want to return it to me.
Yeah, that might be another reason why they might just want to murder us instead of giving us a fair trial. Laneros, thoughts? We got a snowball and
There is always a fair trial, and he looks towards Chester and says, "You are of Silver Tongue, are you not? And you could probably convince your way out of it. If you get to speak to the Fey Father himself, or at least one of his avatars, the Fey Father himself is more forgiving than his sons, for sure. They have the hot-headedness of youth beneath their belt."
You know, that ain't such half bad idea. We could do that, you know.
fuck me, I don't think this would work. For somebody who's so level-headed, why does he want to come and conquer the material plane?
Laneros sighs. He doesn't want to conquer the material plane. That was never his goal.
No, just turn it all into the Feywild. What? Like,
He wants to
say
bring...
shit.
I believe he thinks that your world has forgotten nature, forgotten your origins, and the wilderness, and the proper respect for it.
You know, that might be kind of true.
Yeah, that might be kind of true. But then what are the repercussions of him bringing the Feywild back to the material plane?
It's complicated, but I don't believe he's bringing the Feywild to the material plane. He's bringing its bountiful magic.
Well, fuck me, why are we against this guy? Why are we not helping him out then? He just sounds like there's got to be some negatives to this.
Master Macra, he has attempted to have me murdered, and he has stolen my gate.
Yeah, that could have just been a misunderstanding.
Well, I am willing to let the past be the past if he returns my gate and the other half of my soul to me.
And in the words of someone that I once forgot and then relearned that I remembered that they existed, what about if you were the bad guy in that situation? Just hear me out. Feyfather's decent, you were the bad one.
I do not have very good moral judgment at this time, Master Decker. Therefore, I cannot say if I was a bad person or not. But I do think it was a very basic transaction. I received money and I built a gateway to the Feywild. I have not received money, and they have attempted to murder me.
You know what? Yeah.
Money is the root of all evil. No, not a tree root. No, not a root vegetable. A saying.
So let's go. We talk to him, and then maybe he gives you some money, and we go home.
That is actually a very reasonable thing the evil little lizard man just said. Yeah, I reckon we go talk to him, hear him out, see what his side of the story was.
Yes, I do believe if he's willing to give me back at least 25% of my soul, I would
He hasn't
be
got
willing.
his soul, remember, though. His sister on the material plane has. Lenaros, what's his relationship with his sister?
It is his daughter.
It is.
I thought it was sister, really. I thought it was his daughter.
Are you talking about Hadar?
Yeah.
She is his spy, his ear in the material plane. But do not think she is unique. He has many Hadars in the material plane doing his business. I just believe that Hadar was the God King's liaison to the Fey Father. His
Right.
mouth and ears.
Yeah, so she's just a spy then, so it sounds like they're on pretty good terms. Any ideas why she might have half of her soul?
I have no idea. Like, Lineros doesn't know the ins and outs of Elzef's backstory. He knows of Hadar because she's quite a prominent figure in the court system. But
Yeah.
as far as he knows, he explains, I haven't seen her around in some time.
Does that sound like something that's quite unjustifiable in the court? Like, if we revealed this information to the courts, would they be on our side because that's unjust? Or
This is the Feywild. It is what it is.
no indication to which way they'd lean now?
Do you have a copy of the laws of the Feywild?
They're not written.
Of course.
I very much dislike this place, Master Macro. I have decided to build no more portals here.
Yeah, I don't blame you, mate. Don't blame you. Does the lady of the does the Countess know any more about the internal politics of the court?
Would you like to go to her first, or are you going, like...
I guess we'll go talk to her further. Yeah, she seems like she knows slightly more than
Yeah,
the
I don't think we should just go on Xerxil's word and
Yeah, we'll go speak to the Countess first, see what she says about us presenting a case, and then we'll go forward from there, right?
Okay, you spend at least the next 30 minutes, you think, moving towards the marsh gardens. Xerxil, I'm assuming you're leading them towards the mansion?
Begrudgingly, yes.
Yeah. As you head towards the mansion, all of you see Xerxil's like basically leading the way. All of you see this massive greenery and swampland, and Xerxil leads you to it.
So nice here.
is this where you ate Jonathan?
Yeah, just over there are the steps.
Xerxil looks for additional Jonathans.
Alright, so as he says look over there on the steps, Elzif, you can't see any steps, you just see a marshland in front of you.
This is getting more difficult than I thought, Master Xerxil. And Elsif, like, does this in front of Xerxil's eyes?
Xerxil's just kind of like,
What you doing?
I am just checking your eyesight. We will talk about Jonathan at a later date.
Okay. Well, let's go see Countess.
and he jumps in the water and swims across.
And you all see him swimming towards nothingness, but after about 100 feet, whoop, Xerxil disappears.
So
Xerxil!
he's fucking nuts. That's what's happening here.
I
Yeah.
cannot.
Blaze is nuts. Xerxil's nuts. I say we let him drown.
Do
I
I hear
can-
Macross calling?
Yeah, you turn around and you see them standing at the dock, the stone kind of pier.
Oh, come on, hurry up.
You
Do we
hear,
hear Xerxil?
yeah, you hear his voice coming out from somewhere in the swamp.
Van fuck, we thought something had eaten you. We can't see you.
Just here, you know, come over.
We can just turn away right now.
You know when you use your magic and then we no longer can see you?
Yeah,
It's like that.
Zuck's not doing magic.
Yeah, but it's the same as if you had.
Can you
Damn,
bring the Countess out, Master Xerxil?
Maybe. Hold on.
Oh, good question, Elzef. We would have been there all day, actually.
Do you ever believe Master Xerxil is just so far beyond our sphere of knowledge?
Imagine he thinks of us like if we think of ants.
What, like inconsequential? Easy to crush underneath a boot.
Yeah, like we just make cool little nests occasionally, and we get into the pantry sometimes and steal bits of his food, but other than that, completely just...
I don't think that's right. Sorry. I don't mean to disrespect you. I think it's black. You look into his mind and it's nothing. And occasionally, a little wasp or something will appear in there. But he'll eat that as well in his mind. And it'll remain blank between now and the day that he dies. And he'll be blissfully happy little psychopath shit for it.
Can I quote you on this in my work, Master Decker?
Chester, why'd you never say this in front of him?
Well, you see, I I'm a brave man, you see, as you know, you've read my books. But I wouldn't want to upset him, that's what it is.
Ah, you mean you value your life?
No, I mean, yes.
Oh, I guess we just stand there and wait for Zirxel to bring the contest to us.
Alright, so Zirxel, as you go in through the door and through the fungus forest, and then through the door at the other end, she is at the vanity mirror speaking. She turns to see you and says, "I'll be right back," to whoever she's speaking to. Turns to you, Zirxel.
Hello, lady.
Hello.
So the others, they don't understand the case thing, and they want to talk to you.
Of course, I'll have to come to them.
They're waiting over there, like, you know, on the nice bit with the little lights.
Let's go. And as you're walking through the fungus forest again with her, she says, "I have figured out why you can be here, Zirxel.
Why's that?
I've been thinking, have you ever felt a spark, a presence inside you, perhaps from nature?"
Of course. When Zirxel become elder.
Ah, now that's what I was wanting to hear. You see, this place is only available to beings of higher consciousness, beings of divinity.
I love that Elsef was right that Drexel is just so far beyond my understanding.
And somewhere along the line,
So wrong, though. So wrong.
somewhere along the line, you have acquired a spark of divinity, or at least on your way there.
Don't know. It's maybe the dragon. He lives inside me with the others.
Yes, that you have spirits of nature inside of you. Therefore, the Feywild has given you the ability to exist here, in this most sacred of realms.
I'd like it here.
Yes, it's nice. You can stay here if you wish.
Zirxel can't stay. Maybe Zirxel come back sometime. Once God King dead.
That's perfectly fine. If you can find your way back here, you will be welcome here.
Thank you. You are a nice lady.
Thank you. Right, and to answer your question, Todd. Todd sent me a message. It was asking time period in campaign relation to Voidheart. Yeah?
Yeah.
Alright, I have a timeline over here. If you would like me to quickly get it for you.
I do. I think it's 50 years later, isn't it? But
it's not.
Okay, good.
Because the time difference is a bit strange because you came out of the void some time ago, and it was a different kind of. Hey, look at my unicorn pad.
Amazing.
Yep, Alex got that for me. Alright, so the events of the Million Islands happened in year 850. The events of Lightseekers 852, the events of Voidheart 864, and the events of Broken Realms 901, and the events of the Mokhul Empire are in 965. However, you exited the void in 960, so 5 years ago. Just so you can know.
Right.
Yeah, because we time jumped whilst we're in that campaign.
Yeah, while in the void, it was 100 years.
Okay. Sounds good to me. Thanks, mate.
That's all right.
I had a literal, it was a question that I needed answered because I had a brain wave, but then I realised I had to do my thinking first.
I know, I have, I've changed the maps for different timelines because I've got campaigns still running in the Broken Realms timeline when the Broken Realms were called the Broken Realms and not the United Realms. So it's really...
Yeah. I'll send you a message about it later.
Okay, so all of you see for a brief moment a flash of light and a Ladrin. You saw her before in the shop. She comes walking out across the water with Zirxel swimming behind her, steps up onto the stone pier and says, "I hear you require my assistance."
Oh yeah, hi. Zirxel says a case that we can offer to the court.
Yes.
What do you reckon our chances?
Well, I would say that if this was in the time of Queen Titania and her Sealy court, then you'd be dead. But the Faefather is logical and not prone to mood swings.
Good to hear. What are our charges?
I do believe it's murder of a cleric dedicated to himself. And at that moment,
And did we murder him?
as that happens, above you, the sun just kind of like fades and then slowly turns white and swirls, and then stars begin to light up across around it, and the sky, over the brief period of about 15 seconds, just turns dark, and the moon appears where the sun once was, in the zenith, a bright full moon. She goes, I do believe he's here to listen to you.
Oh, it's the big plate.
So from that, Elsa, if you can gist that a day is measured in this city whenever the Faefather comes here. The moment he's here, the moon appears. The moment he leaves, sunshine.
Now, before we killed this cleric attempted to murder me. Would that lessen the charges in any way?
Did he? Think back.
Yeah.
Did he really?
Well, he said I should be dead.
Yes. So, well, I don't know.
What was it? I got a blanket on it.
I don't know how it works. I'm not privy to all this information. At that moment, Will-O-Wisp, lights begin to glow. Bulbs that were previously attached to plants not glowing begin to burst into like flames and rise up. And you see all across the city paper lanterns and like rainbows begin appearing, lighting the city up. She says, you will have to defend yourself in open court. That's all.
So it's just for the torture and murder of this cleric. What was the cleric's name?
Otho Houseworth.
That was the one.
You murdered him, Master Macron. Would it lessen the charges on everyone else?
I do believe you all. I do believe you all partook, except the dwarf that was once with you. He was the only one that didn't partake.
No, I do think Master Zirxel just slept and ate while the torture was going.
I do believe he was in the tower with you all.
Oh, we did not murder Lord Houseworth in the tower. We murdered him in the mansion.
Yeah. Twildor was definitely
Once again,
part of that.
my information is late because I am not privy to it all.
I think, Master Decker, you are one of the first most orators of our time.
True.
I think you should take over our defense.
I think that's a wonderful idea.
Now, Master Decker, I ask you this.
Was one trainee lawyer. Did a couple of cases around Mokhul.
I mean no disrespect, Master Decker. Do you actually remember everything that happened?
Of course I do. What do you take me for?
Because I think they will know if you lie.
No, not at all. Anyway.
Well, Master Decker is quite certain. I think we have a good case.
Somewhat.
So we're going now?
Yes, Master Zirxel. Just try to not eat anything in the courtroom.
Chester's already donning his tweed jacket.
It's up to focus.
Okay, so you head that way, and she bids you a good luck, basically. And then she says, "Come here, Zirxil."
He goes over.
She goes to one knee and places a thumb on your forehead, and she says, "Blessings of the moon upon you." And then she goes to do it one by one to each of you. Do any of you reject it?
No.
No.
Okay, so you
Unless it's going to remove my curse, in which case she can fuck off.
Nope, you all get a D12 inspiration dice from her.
Buzzing.
I'll come back to see you sometime. Thank you.
Inspiration die for us to forget about. Get it.
Yep, and you begin heading towards the summer spires, and at night the city has a different kind of beauty. And as you head up the lifts towards the Summer Spires, you see there are 2 Eladrin guards wielding great scimitars standing at either sides of the gates where previously there were no guards. And as you walk in, stars are dancing along the top of the hall's rafters, all along the mosaic ceiling, and that reception desk has vanished. There is no longer a haughty, nerdy-looking Eladrin behind the desk, and there is a lit pathway for you all, and the elvish Eladrin guards fall in behind you, and then approaching you is someone familiar, someone that you ended up hurting and banishing them back to the Feywild. A member of
The
Vaegor's sons, the Feyfather's sons. You hear his staff smashing against the marble as he moves forward, and he stops before you all. Greetings. I would say it's good to see you all again. It is not.
Bollocks.
I too.
I hope.
And Mokhul, trying to smile, but it's more just like he's baring his teeth at him.
Yep.
It's like a dog smiles,
I know that we came to our sister's aid, and that you defeated us. I do not suffer from the same pride that my brothers do. It was a good fight, although you put me down early because I can cast spells, and I know that.
I think you give us way too much credit, mate.
He laughs and looks at Chester. I did not think you had humour. I heard that all of you from the material plane are dour folk.
Sorry, you slipped out there for a moment. Dour we are.
Right. Well, before you go in, here you go, and he hands you capped horns, like drinking horns with caps on the top. I would not have anyone enter my court without a drink in their hands.
Most welcome and gracious, thank you.
Do you mean you would disallow them from entering if they did not have a drink?
Of course. My court is it's a happy place. Until, of course, judgments are to be had. Anyway, come with me, and he leads you through the hallway into a court bustling with activity. The court itself is a large open hall with these glowing, almost like tribal-like tattoos that seem to be embedded in the very ground, the glowing gold. And at different parts of seating and different tables all along, there is Eladrin drinking, talking, ignoring you, going about like their business as if this was just a big party. And there is a large throne made of what looks like golden light up above on a dais, and then he slams his staff down on the ground and it makes a cacophonous thunderous and everyone stops what they're doing, turns, and it all goes silent in the room, deathly silent, and it's super awkward. And he says, "The defendants have entered the court," and then he nods to you all of you, and says, "Lineros, take your seat." Lineros takes a seat on the side, and you four walk up, and he points towards in front of the throne. Please.
Please, what?
We are supposed to stand in front of the throne, Master Zerxel.
Okay. He goes and stands in front of the throne.
And
so does Elf.
And then a hushness comes over the crowd. And walking from behind you, you hear the clop of bare feet, like the slapping of bare feet against stone. And you all turn to see this Furbolg, tall, nearly reaching 7 feet, except his horns that protrude outwards are huge stag horns. Dangling from the stag horns are charms, beads, totems, trinkets, like a dozen, all clattering against one another. Little animal bones and odd bits of spiritual mumbo-jumbo. He has a silver and gold blindfold tied around his face, goes right behind his drooping pointy ears, and there are runes dancing along this blindfold. He wears nothing on his upper half or torso except for an abundance of glowing tattoos that glow green, reds, blues, all the colours of the rainbow as he walks along. His lower half he wears simple rough spun trousers tied together with a girdle. And Elza, if you notice, it's a girdle of like giant strength, one of them. It's huge, and you can see it radiates magic that makes his muscles bigger than they should be. They make it ripple. He's barefoot, but hanging off the belt is a pair of what looks like clogs, just simple wooden sandals. As he strides, you notice he has really long black obsidian nails, and his fists are clenched, and he walks around you all, and everyone shows him reverence by bowing along the court, like in a Mexican wave. As he walks past, they all begin falling down. And then he leaps up with one bound up the 10 feet, lands in front of the throne, takes a seat, and just stares at you all. And that's where we will end today's session.
Enter Arne 2.
All right, we will be back next week for the court session, obviously, for Chester to do his lawyering.
It went really quickly today.
It did, yeah.
It did actually, didn't it? Yeah. Mind you, I was late, to be fair.
I obviously want to thank Dan Games for following and for people for watching.